Weekly Shonen Jump has changed a lot over the last few decades, but even with new trends, demographics, and a global audience, the core mission remains the same. To find out more, SEKAI and NESMITH from EXILE Tribe visited Shueisha to talk to Hiroyuki Nakano, editor-in-chief of Weekly Shonen Jump. While Shonen Jump's demographics started out with middle school boys, Nakano recognizes that in recent years, this has expanded not only further in age, but also to female readers as well. But even while he recognizes this change, the Jump team still focus on boys aged 15 to 18 as a primary demographic. Even with this focus, it still manages to find a broad audience. However, one specific way in which the magazine's business is changing is how they deal with anime properties. Anime doesn't just engage fans of the original manga, but instead can appeal to all sorts of fans, all over the world. It was once usual to have anime try and air in primetime slots and air endlessly, every week. But that's no longer a practical approach to have for every show, and thusly, the magazine has opted for seasonal late-night anime formats. This means that despite a focused teenage demographic, there's a lot of Jump anime airing in the dead of night. For instance, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba first airs at 11:30 PM, with repeats often airing around 2 AM. Part of the reason shows like this and The Promised Neverland take these time slots are the frightening themes, but also because it allows the animation staff more time to work on the show. The business has changed, but the job of editor-in-chief at Jump still remains familiar. It's still about managing all the different series and having the final say when it comes to making decisions. It's just that now, those series are being sent all over the world, and those decisions affect both the print and new digital versions of the magazine. That said, even at the top, Hiroyuki Nakano still feels powerless when it comes to the voice of the readers. Back when the magazine started, they were trying to find their place in the market among Weekly Shonen Magazine and Weekly Shonen Sunday. So with no big authors, they focused on new and upcoming voices, a priority that the magazine still maintains today, and the reader survey became a way to measure how well series were resonating. So even if Nakano is really rooting for a series personally, if it's not performing in the rankings, he might have to cancel it regardless. But part of his job is making sure this doesn't happen. He will lead meetings with 10 editors to determine which manga should be serialized in the first place, in the hopes that the readers will like it and want it to continue. Nakano has remarked that what readers want to see in manga has changed over time, and that means experimenting with different types of serializations that might not suit the supposed Jump brand. For instance, manga like Demon Slayer or Chainsaw Man likely wouldn't have fit into the vibe of Weekly Shonen Jump a couple of decades ago, but today the magazine is finding it easier to branch out. To find out more, check out the full interview with Jump editor-in-chief Hiroyuki Nakano on OTAQUEST.com.